Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you set 2 of the MSL finals between Flash and Jaedong. Jaedong with some fantastic 2-hatch Muta play there in the first game, just taking Flash down. Jaedong, wow, that was so impressive. Flash was, I just can't believe that there was 0 turrets in the main mineral line. 0! Absolutely none. Flash had so much faith in his marine control was going to take down Jaedong's Mutas that he didn't feel the need to put up any turrets, and it just wasn't good enough. Medics not correctly positioned, or not enough of them, and Jaedong just absolutely picking off Marines, and it was just all downhill from there. Unfortunate for Flash there. But we're gonna go into set 2 on Ultimatum, and Flash is gonna have a nice little chance here to come back in the series. Definitely been a well, all the maps are Terran favored, but definitely he's done particularly well. He's won against both Quandro and Zero on this map already. And here we go. We're at the opening screen, and we are starting. Sweet. And yeah, some fantastic games on this. I remember watching him just obliterate Zero on this map. It was very, very impressive. Just absolutely obliterated Zero with some fantastic play. So Flash has a very, very good chance here to come back in this game. We've got cross positions here. Jaedong on the top left in red once again, Flash in the bottom right in yellow, instead of his lucky green, which wasn't so lucky in that last set. Not so lucky at all. So Jaedong with his beautiful color of blood spot red. That's what we've got here for Jaedong. And we'll see what Jaedong decides to do here. It's a little bit of a bigger map. Actually, not a little bit of a bigger map, a significantly bigger map. So 2-hatch Muta is kind of an awful build on this map, unless you somehow catch your opponent completely by surprise. 2-hatch Muta just usually is not going to work on this map. You want to either go for a 3-hatch Muta build, or maybe open up with some lurkers. Really just taking expansions and not playing too far into, not committing too much to the early game is really to your advantage. Especially, neither of the players knows this, of course, but especially considering that they're at cross positions, that's particularly important. And if either of them goes for an early build, that's not really going to work too well here. And it looks like Flash is just going to barricade off his natural expansion, going to use those minerals, that little mineral patch, to really get himself a nice little barricade there with barracks underneath. And it does look like Jaedong's going to 12-hack. We already got an overpool out. Or not an overpool. It's an overlord. Overpool is a build, not a unit. The overlord is out, and I should be seeing a 12-hatch from him at any moment. As soon as he gets the money for it. There they are. There are the little dronies. And there's 2 drones going out here, so he's also going to go for the 12-hatch with a drone scout. Also going to try and figure out where Flash is. If Flash is at a near position, of course, it's very, very important that he knows this, and knows that the range, the distance that it would take different types of marine and medic combinations to get to his base. That kind of information is very, very important, so he knows when to morph his sunken colonies, those types of things. So good information for him is definitely necessary here with that scout. As I said before, I mean, this map is a really crazy map. Those island expansions at each of the cardinal directions really changes a lot of strategies that you can go for here. It's very easy to take 2 island expansions for really either player, particularly if Zerg can get up to Hive Tech and get up 2 island expansions with Nidus Canals. That can just be extremely effective. I've seen it both win and lose before, so actually I don't know if I've seen it win. I know I've seen it lose, but I think I've seen it win. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I've seen it win, because I remember thinking that it was absolutely awesome. So can't foresee myself thinking that it was awesome when it got completely stomped. Although you never know. And yeah, Nidus Canals really make those 2 bases, or 1, however many you want to go for, 1 or 2 bases, really, really defensible. And really your Terran opponent can really only get there by dropship. So some Scourge in the air along with a Nidus Canal will make that place very, very easy to defend. As long as you can get a Defiler over there, swarm it down, and you should be good to go. Got a little bit of a drone transfer coming out here, and now the SCV coming in here, finally going to get a little bit of a scout in, and is going to see the entire build. Going to see that 3rd hatchet that's at the ramp of Jaedong's, and he's going to see the entire build. He knows that this is 3-hatch Muta right now, unless Jaedong does something crazy and opens lurkers or something out of 3-hatch, which would make pretty much no sense. Yeah, would not make much sense, I don't think. We got an early engineering bay also for Flash. Going to try and get some early upgrades, it seems. Wasn't really necessary, wasn't really necessary to get that early for anti-mutilisks for turrets, so that's definitely going to be for some early upgrades. And watch out for that thing, see if it starts blinking or whatever, engineering bay blink, I guess that, yeah, they blink. Their lights blink, and once they start blinking or strobing, as they may be, they kind of move across in lines. They're like little strobe lights, and once that starts happening, you'll start seeing the +1 kicking in here. We got 3 hatches, all pumping drones right now. Oh, drone gets a kill. That was pretty cool. Jaedong with a cool little move there, picking off the SCV with his newly hatched drone. Very, very cool. Second rack's coming up now. Academy already finished. There's the engineering bay upgrading, getting that early +1. He could be going for a very early attack here with his +1. I don't know if that would be all that successful, just because they are at cross positions. It's a very long distance, and if he gets there a little bit late, or if it's not extreme, or if it's not really effective, his main base is going to be very, very open to Mutalisk. So the +1 could just be used to counter those Mutalisk very, very heavily, with those Marines being well upgraded. We got the Spire coming up now, so this is just going to be a standard 3-hatch Muta. We'll get to see how Jaedong is able to execute, and how well Flash is able to defend it here. Got a couple creep colonies going down, preparing for the push out by Flash, and it looks like Flash only has a few units here because he spent that 100 100 minerals and 100 gas on that first +1 upgrade on the engineering bay, which usually wouldn't happen quite yet because of how early it was. So we're seeing a smaller force push out here. 2 sunken colonies will be more than enough. Honestly, he could probably have had 1 sunken colony and pulled off drones correctly, and he probably would have been just fine dealing with 3 Marines and a fire baton with only 1 medic. So, but you know, playing it safe with 2 sunken colonies is definitely a wise decision. They didn't know if it was going to be reinforced or not. Engineering bay is up. Should probably see some turrets coming up in the next 30 seconds or so. We'll probably start seeing some medics or some turrets, and one Zergling gets picked up. One Zergling still alive, able to keep scouting out how many Marines, how many medics, how many fire bats are being produced. Spire is almost complete here. Another SCV being sent out. Not sure what it's going to be building. What's it building? Maybe building turrets by the barracks. Can't see. Yep, it is going to be building turrets by the barracks and try and keep those things alive. Don't want your reinforcing route to be obliterated. If that happens, if your reinforcement route just starts getting hit hard, you are in dire straits, my friend. You are in dire straits. Not the map, mind you, but the actual phrase, dire straits. And we got some sunken colonies picking at the side disruptor. He doesn't like that thing anymore. It's blocking his path, not letting his units move quickly enough. So he's going to blow the thing up, and his Mutalisks are going to pop, and he's going to do some harassment here. We got 4 turrets coming up in the natural expansion. 2 already up, 2 building. And in the bottom right at the main, we got 1 by the barracks, and still has massive amount of confidence in his Marine control, not producing any emergency turrets, not producing any turrets at all at his main mineral line. We also got a Queen's Nest coming up for Jaedong. Normally I would say that this is for Hive Tech, but Jaedong, you never know. He has been known to go Queens before against M&M, against SK, and it's been pretty darn effective before. But I would say the safe bet is still go for Hive Tech and possibly Guardians if it's this early. My guess would be Hive Tech with Guardians. Could also be for early defilers, that kind of thing. There's a lot of options still available for him off of that. And he's coming in with the Mutalisk now, stacking them up. Needs to start doing some damage before all these turrets get up and running. And here he comes, and 1 turret there, and they're not stacked correctly. Jaedong doesn't have those Mutalisks stacked very well for some reason. There they go. Now they're stacking up. It was definitely kind of weird there. And I should be able to pick up this 1 turret. No, not even going to bother, because the Marines are too close. Those Marines don't have a lot of medics with them either, so he could start picking at those. We got a little bit of an M&M force moving out. Probably not enough there to really do too much damage. Looks like only 8 Marines or so. 8 Marines and 2 medics. Well, there they are. There's a few more Marines. Maybe a control group worth of Marines with medics. But looks like Jaedong's just going to ignore this, maybe throw up some more sunken colonies, produce some Zerglings back at home. We got a island base at the 12 and the 9 o'clock, so he is going to take the double island bases here. And I'm going to be trying really hard to get his eco up and running. Wants to send this into a very, very much of a late game. We got 3 sunken colonies up, a 4th sunken colony morphing, and that should probably be enough to deal with this. And Jaedong coming here going to try and pick off the reinforcing Marines, actually just trying to draw them away, it looks like. Doesn't want